Well, since this coronavirus thing has my entire state on lockdown, no bars are open, no restaurants are open. They're advising social distancing and to basically just sit at home, which is fine, I guess. You don't really know the value of social interaction until it's mandated that you can't have any. This house is really fucking quiet, and I live here by myself. So, like, the daytime is alright, but come nighttime, I get cabin fever real bad, and there's nowhere to go. So, I thought I would tell you guys the story of how we got the name Joy for the music project that I'm in with Ica. We started the band a couple months after my grandmother passed away. Her name was Carol Joy Weber.
You were like 14 and driving, right?
Yeah.
I came over here. I showed this woman a picture of you driving. And you know what she said? That's not Cheyenne.
I really wanted to show respect to her in a way and have a name that, you know, kind of suited that. And I just love the middle name Joy. And not too many people know the story behind how she got that name. And I think that is really interesting, so I thought I would tell you guys since I got nothing better to do. My grandma was born in a religious hospital to a teenage mother, and she was severely premature. I think she weighed like 2 pounds, 3 pounds, something like that. I don't remember the exact weight, but in the 40s, doctors did not expect her to survive at all. My great-grandma ended up leaving her at the hospital and didn't even give her a name because they thought she was going to die. My great-grandma was just a young teenager that didn't really know what she'd gotten herself into anyway. That caused a lot of issues with my grandma later on in life. She used to tell me that her grandfather was who raised her, and she used to sit and watch her mom and her other family drive to church every Sunday, and she would hope that they would stop to get her, and they never did. Really kind of heartbreaking, honestly. But anyway, so there she is in the hospital, little 2-3 pound baby without a name. Who's going to give her the name? It turns out a couple of nuns that were in the hospital gave her her name because she was born on Christmas Day. Carol Joy. Seemed applicable.
There was a mouse in Jay's ravioli one day.
It was all over his little face. It was cute. It was swimming in ravioli and just eating that stuff. It was cute.
And somehow she miraculously made a recovery, which I think was true to her spirit because that woman was stubborn as hell. And I'd like to think that it started then, when she was in a little bassinet weighing 3 pounds and doctors expecting her to die, and she just refused to. So they named her Carol Joy. She grew up in Keokuk, met my grandpa when she was a teenager. My grandpa fell in love with her, but my grandma wasn't in love with him. And it wasn't until my grandpa entered the military and lied to my grandma saying that if he didn't have a wife, they were going to throw him in the brig, which is the most ridiculous story in the world, but it's true. My grandma would have never married him. In fact, she used to take guys on dates, and my grandpa would drive them around, which I find really endearing but funny at the same time. So anyway, she developed cancer and passed away in 2010. And that was around the time that Ica and I started making music. And we tossed around ideas about what we should call the band, and it just hit me. Like, let's call it Joy. A little homage to my grandma Weber. And it's cool because every time we release a video or a song, or do anything with this project, it's like she's still alive. You know what I mean? Like she gets to live vicariously through these things. Anyway, that's it. That took about 10 minutes of time. Now I'm just gonna wait to get infected with this virus and be quarantined in my house for God knows how long. In 31 years of my life, I've never experienced something like this before, and I find it so interesting and curious how panic spreads at the exact same rate as the virus does. Last night, my buddy Shane and I just hung out here and got drunk, and we decided to write a song and I'll post a little snippet of it here. It's not done or mixed or anything yet, but it's about the virus. And today I really didn't do anything. I hung out with my niece. She came over here and showed me a bunch of YouTubers that she liked, and I pretty much haven't left my house because there's nowhere to go. Like, there is nothing to do. Like, I live in a small town anyway, so the streets are kind of barren come 9, 10 o'clock, unless it's a weekend. But it's like next level. I haven't seen a car drive down the street all day. Also, I have one roll of toilet paper, and there is none in this entire town. Not a single package. Trust me, I looked everywhere. Not a single. I've been wiping my ass with paper towels because I'm trying to like conserve on what I got. Oh my god, a car. Wow. That guy's brave. Anyway, that's about it for today. I imagine I'm probably going to be making vlogs for a while because Lord knows I'm not getting any work in the foreseeable future. So, sorry to the utility companies, but y'all ain't getting paid for a minute. Deuces.